totally didn't just film this video without realizing that I didn't make sure I was in focus. No, not at all. And now I'm very paranoid about it. Hey guys, it's Amy here, back again with another video. Being a dancer for most of my life, music has also been very important to me, as reflected in my writing. Well, maybe not directly, but hear me out. Music helps me write. It helps my scenes feel very cinematic, and it helps me connect very much to the stuff that is happening within my writing. It especially helps me whenever I write a fight scene. I don't think I wrote a good fight scene that wasn't paired to music. Those were all terrible. With my novel being out now, ASTER'S Coda exposure, links down in the description. I thought it would be fitting to share with you guys the songs in my ASTER'S Coda playlist and the connections that they have to my book. However, I encountered a couple of problems. One, there's like 25 songs in this playlist, and that would make an incredibly long video. I don't think you guys want that. Second, there would be a lot of spoilers explaining the connections between each song. Third, this would have more copyright strikes than I have subscribers. Okay, that might be a little bit of an overstatement, but still. Therefore, I have come up with a solution. In under 30 words each, spoiler free, I'm going to be describing the connections for the songs to the books. Quickfire style. This is going to be very interesting. I seriously hope that I don't run out of breath. Chapter 1, Razor's Edge by Digital Daggers. Our main girl, Abby, is holding on to her past as she starts her first year of Bo Clark High. She's had a lot of trauma related to stuff that has happened in the past 6 months. So this is making her very weary about everything going on around her, even though she knows she has to face it. Chapter 2, Crossfire by Steven. As we see a day in the life of Abby at school when she goes back to there after summer break, there's one quote in the lyrics of the song that illustrates her viewpoint on this perfectly. Heaven, if you sent us down so we could build a playground for the sinners who play as saints, you'd be so proud of what we made. Just beautiful. Chapter 3, Eyes a Mess by Broods. The rhythm and the guitar in this just perfectly encapsulates, along with the lyrics, how there's this weird curiosity, dreary optimism that Abby is now having about her situation, especially when something otherworldly comes to light. Chapter 4, Tag Your It by Melanie Martinez. This is a song where Abby is putting up her defenses. She sees that a lot of people in her life now, and people that she might not even know exists, are seeing her as a target. Otherworldly forces, her school bullies, maybe even her own family. Chapter 4, Board Game by Coven. Coven just makes the most epic music ever. And like the title alone, Board Game, this really encapsulates what's happening to Abby. She is becoming another player in this little game of a blood feud curse. Chapter 5, Cursed by Aviva. I mean, the connection to the title and chorus alone is obvious. Abby is cursed. But there's more with the lyrics. Some of the lyrics have some foreshadowing in them, and some of them describe what's happening to her in that current scene really, really well. Chapter 7, I Should Have Known by the Foo Fighters. This describes the tensions that are going on in Abby and her relationship with her half-brother Rocco. Resentment and forgiveness. Being pulling and pushing at each other like crazy. All the tension in the world. Chapter 8, Familia by Elizaveta. We gotta have something a bit more joyful after some dark plot twists. This is where Abby starts to see people's true colors, and she's doesn't want to warm up to them just yet, but she's curious about what those particular relationships could mean to her. Chapter 9, Fairly Local by 21 Pilots. Abby versus the Beast, one of my favorite scenes, if not the most favorite scene that I have ever written for this novel. The music alone, combined with what I wrote, just makes it feel so powerful. And the lyrics also have some self-reflective qualities of Jeff present. Chapter 10, Envoy by Faux Tales. This song is just magical, and it perfectly encapsulates Abby's first proper and more peaceful look at the three worlds for the first time. Chapter 11, Freak of Nature by Broods featuring Tuvlo. This is basically Abby's anthem of resentment to the world. She has finally learned who she is and what has happened to her. She just wants to get away from it all. The poor thing just wanted some peace, and what she got was a curse. Chapter 12, Fall Away by 21 Pilots. Abby thinks she's safe. but there's still something in the back of her mind saying that she's still in very much a lot of trouble. The piano and the guitar riffs in this song perfectly encapsulate the anxiety that she's feeling. Chapter 14, Blackout by Aviva. Abby's been targeted again, and she knows that she can't run from them anymore. So, this is her getting the guts to finally fight them. You can run but you can't hide, so instead, you gotta fight back. Chapter 15, Young by Benny Tipene. This is a very self-reflective moment of Abby after all the chaos that had gone down in the previous chapters. And I think this is the song that perfectly describes her coming of age. Chapter 16, Artemis by Lindsay Sterling. We got a training montage song! This perfectly captures 3 key feelings that go into Abby's mind as she's testing out her new powers. Curiosity, the stakes, and of course, some very calculated decisions that she now has to make. A lot of whimsy and a lot of calculation. Chapter 18, Twisted by Missio. This is definitely Nate's theme song. It very much looks at how he thinks the world should go as he watches it burn. It very much encapsulates how he thinks chaos is just in his nature and the fact that he's embracing it. Chapter 19, Start a Fire by Steven featuring NQ. Another reflective moment for Abby, this time for this next steps to be taken. And I think the spoken word part at the beginning of this song really captures the decisions that she's making for herself. Chapter 19, Worth the Lie by Coven, Muzz, and Faint. This is where Abby comes to terms with the betrayal that was made against her. Of course, through a fight. This song was so much fun to pair the fight scenes to, and I just get so pumped hearing this song every time now. Chapter 20, Be Still My Tongue by Snorri Helgrimsson. Abby is trying to keep herself in her own head in this song, as Eli starts to target her insecurities, as Eli normally does. It does so in a very chilling way. Chapter 22, Uncomfortable by Hailstorm. There's a lot of tension and stakes present in this, and I think the guitar riff and the tempo of this song captures it perfectly. Like, honestly, I feel a little bit on edge every time I listen to this song, and I kinda like it. Chapter 23, Doubt by 21 Pilots. This is Rocco and Abby's song, and it gives me feels every time I listen to it. It just perfectly describes their relationship. Even when I doubt you, I'm no good without you. Like, how sweet! Chapter 24, Ready or Not by Misha Chalak and ASTER'S. If there was a song that would describe how Abby feels about her main enemy in the Blood Curse, Lordic, this would be the song that captures it. It's really simple but really powerful at the same time. Chapter 25, Dark Matter by Les Friction. Lordic gets the upper hand and this is his theme song. I mean, of course he's so smug and hungry for power that he would describe himself as being dark matter that will destroy Abby and shit. Chapter 25, Shatter Me by Lindsay Sterling featuring Lizzie Hale. This amazingly beautiful song perfectly encapsulates the end of Abby's arc, at least in book 1. Her leaving her fears behind, even though she still kind of clings onto them, but she breaks free of her boundaries and becomes braver. Plus the violin is so damn fitting. Chapter 26, So Pierced by Bones. After all that, Abby is now looking at more in her life and how she wants to make some connections and make some things that are worthwhile in it. Whether that would be fighting off her enemies or creating new connections with her friends. And that is the full playlist. I will be linking the Spotify link to it down in the description, and be sure to pick up a copy of ASTER'S Coda so you could go on the journey with it through the songs and through the story. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new around here. Ring that bell so you can find out when I post more creative content, and you can also check me down below for my Instagram, my Twitter, and my website. Stay creative everybody, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.